Okay, we're going to take a look at the difference between ladder logic, wiring, and setting up a system versus a PLC. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a Jeopardy game. So if we're going to make a Jeopardy game, you're going to start with some type of a reset button. You're going to ask a question, you're going to get an answer, and then the commentator will give a reset. You're going to have some type of a player one button. So if the player hits this button, then what they're going to do is they're going to activate a control relay, and then that control relay is going to give some memory there. Okay, so that you ask a question, you think you have the right answer, you hit this button here, and then you get memory, and then let's say you turn on a red light. Okay, and then so you're locked in, and you can give the answer, and then the commentator would then hit reset, killing the control relay, and then you could ask another question. So you're using a pencil for this. So if you're going to do this, we would start with a reset button here. We would have a player one button, and let's go with a red light here. Okay, so if it's going to wire this, this is my line 1, this is my line 2. I've got power going from line 1 to reset. That's that first wire. From reset it goes to player 1, second wire. From player 1 to the control relay, so we're going to call this the first control relay down here, I guess. So we'll just kind of run this down to the coil there. And then it goes from the control relay back to line 2. We need a holding circuit here. So these contacts here, it looks like they go up to the left and the right of the player 1 button. So if this came down like this, and then this one came down like this, we'd have a holding contact. Then we need a red light. So here's my red light. It's just in parallel with the circuit, with the coil. So there's the red light. And there we go. So now, if you were having a great time playing this Jeopardy game, and then you had another friend who wanted to play, well, you would have to get out some more components right here, and you would have to put in a player 2. They would need a second control relay, and then you would need memory for that player, and then they would get their light. Maybe they want a green light, okay, like this. But so once again, if this player hits player 2, they get their control relay and they get their green light on. The issue we have here is that only one player can answer the question. So if this player gets the button first, then this player has to be locked out. So we need an electrical interlock. Then if this control relay gets latched on, this opens, and then you have the electrical interlock for this person. Okay. So now it gets a little dicey. To rewire this control circuit, you're going to need some wire cutters, and it's going to get a little yucky. So if I take this and make this as a second control relay, the first step you need to do is you see that we have to cut the wire going to the control relay. So we got to put this contact in here. So coming out of the start button, this was player 1, we went to the control relay. So now this has to get cut, and then we need to run that to the contacts of this second control relay like this. Okay. So now we have the electrical interlock in. And then we could go ahead and wire up the rest. We have player 2, and we have, I guess we could go green light here. And then we have, going from the reset, it goes to player 2. So here, it jumps to player 2. Coming out of player 2, it goes to the interlock of the first control relay, which I guess if I come down here, There's my normally closed. Coming out of there, it goes to the second control relay. So now I'm going to swing back up here. And then coming out of the second control relay, it goes to line 2, which I guess I could swing down here like that. I have a holding circuit. So the left of this push button has got to go to a contact and the right's got to go to a contact. So we can use this one here. So I take this contact and jump here and jump here and jump here and jump here and run it up to the player 2. And then this contact here can get jumped up to there. There's my holding contact. And then I have a green light. The green light's just in parallel. Okay? So this light is just going to jump to this side of the coil, and then this one would just jump to this side of this coil. And then we would have this wired up. Now, when this gets to be a real bummer is when you have a third friend that wants to play. So now we have to add another rung. We have to cut out and put new interlocks in here, right, for the third control relay. And then we have to wire the second player through the first control relay and through the second control relay so that everybody is locking each other out. Third, add a fourth player, it gets really, really bad, okay? But that's the way that traditional hardwired ladder logic was put together and wired together. We'll take a look at it PLC in just a minute.